Hey everybody, welcome to Slash Bash, where today I am bringing you another Choosing Beggar Reddit video. I am really trying to reach my goal of 10,000 subscribers, so if you can help me in any way, I'd really appreciate it. In our first story, a choosing beggar barges into a vet's office to get an emergency treatment, but then she doesn't think she should have to pay. Let's jump right in. So I got some requests for more stories about my mom. For those of you who don't know, she is a vet tech at a vet's office. In her office, there are only 3 people who work there: my mom, the doctor, and Debbie, a vet assistant. The vet's office is a basic vet clinic that only has enough to deal with basic animal issues, such as minor sicknesses, checkups, surgical tools, and other tools to help with emergencies that help as they happen at the office. The other vet's office, we will call the main vet's office, takes in almost nothing but emergencies and is only an extra 5 minutes drive depending on where you're coming from. My mom was taking calls because they had no scheduled appointments for another 30 minutes and everyone else was at lunch. She picks up the phone and the conversation went like this. "Thank you for calling the vet's office. My Mastiff needs to come in. It's an emergency." "I'm sorry, but we cannot take emergency calls. I can give you the address and number to the main vet office." Just to clarify, there is a difference between emergencies that happen at the vet's office and taking in emergency calls. "No, you're closer, so you have to take the call. We will be over in 5 minutes. "Ma'am, I am not allowed to take your emergency. We do not have the necessary tools. We are understaffed and we have other patients who need to be seen soon. The main office is just an extra few minutes from here." "No, my baby needs help. We will be there soon." Before my mom could respond, Choosing Beggar hangs up the phone. A couple minutes later, Choosing Beggar brings in a seemingly healthy Mastiff puppy. My mom, breaking the rules, checks out the puppy to find out that it has nothing wrong with it that she could find. My mom walks out to the Choosing Beggar and explains this. "No, he was vomiting in the back of my car just a few minutes ago." "Did you see if he was choking on anything?" "He was eating old M&Ms that my kids dropped, but that couldn't be the case." "Those are literally balls of chocolate, ma'am. Dogs can't have chocolate. Did you clean up the vomit?" Choosing Beggar hands my mom a leaking plastic bag with paper towels covered in vomit inside. My mom looks inside this bag and finds a ball of partially melted chewed M&Ms hiding underneath the paper towels. Embarrassed, Choosing Beggar tries leaving without her dog or paying for the visit. My mom brings out the puppy, and when Choosing Beggar looks at the bill, she flips. "That's too much! You didn't even do anything!" "I'm the only one at the office. I took a false emergency call I wasn't even allowed to take, and I had to give your dog a checkup to see if anything else was wrong." Choosing Beggar tried to pick up the puppy and run, but before Choosing Beggar could leave, the puppy peed all over her side. Choosing Beggar dropped the puppy and screamed. "Stupid dog, why the hell would you do that?" My mom picked up the puppy. "You can't take your puppy until you pay." My mom walks back, puts the puppy into a crate in the back, and she comes out to see that the Choosing Beggar is gone. After the doctor and Debbie get back from lunch, Choosing Beggar comes back with the police. Apparently, she claimed my mom kidnapped her dog. "Mrs. Mom, did you kidnap Choosing Beggar's dog?" "No, actually, she refused to pay, so I simply refused to return her animal until she settled her bill. It's policy so no one tries leaving without paying. We also have all digital and physical receipts recorded." "They're lying. All I did was come in for an appointment." "We didn't have any scheduled appointments until I got back. Mom?" "She came in claiming it was an emergency. When I told her we can't take emergency calls, she hung up on me and brought her completely healthy puppy in." "Lies!" "Is there any way you can prove this, Mrs. Mom?" "We have cameras pointing towards the front door and front counter if you'd like to look. I'd like to see this as well." Choosing Beggar's face goes white and she tries running out the door. The police stop and detain her for falsely calling them and then running. The doctor had my mom call Choosing Beggar's ex-husband, who turned out to be a regular. Note, they didn't know that they were divorced or that they had even been married. That was just the emergency number she'd given to the clinic. When he arrived, he paid and took the dog home. In story number 2, we have a choosing beggar who gives up 20 years of friendship when he can no longer get free eyewear. I'm a 55-year-old husband, father, and doctor. Flashback to 22 years ago. I've just opened my own medical eye care office in New York City. In January 2000, I'm in business maybe 7 months. My best friend since high school calls asking if I can get sample colored contacts for his mother. Sure, I say, warning him that at the time, the sample lenses say sample written right on the lens and are really only for patients to pick the color they like. The contact lens companies did this to recoup the many hundreds of thousands of dollars lost on patients walking out with samples never to return again to purchase anything. He tells me he doesn't care, his mom just wants to try them, so I bring him perhaps 5 pair in several colors. The call comes in a day later. What's with the lenses saying sample over the colored part? I mean, my mom told me everyone can see that it says sample. She can't even wear them outside. She's embarrassed. I remind him we talked about this. He goes, yeah, but you're a doctor. Can't you just call the company and say they're for you? I'll still have to pay for them, I reply. How about this? I'll just charge your mom what I pay for them. Again, he insists, but wait, doctors get free stuff all the time. Can't you just make an exception this time? He says this in a kind of entitled, but not nasty voice. I reply that I don't know what type of exception he means. I have to pay, and that means your mom should just reimburse me. That's the way business works. The next statement tugged on my heartstrings. Again, what if you were getting them for your family? Wouldn't you just get them and not charge them? I said, yeah. I do love your mom. I guess I can get her the real lenses. No sweat. So that's what I did. Once, then twice, then a third time. Eventually, I was supplying her oodles of free contacts in every color, size, prescription, and manufacturer there was, monthly for 3/4 of a year. I lost nearly $800 and never a dollar was offered to me. By month 9, I called my friend to break the news that the gravy train was over. His mom would have to start paying. What? Why? I explained how much I was losing. All you doctors are the same. You're making zillions of dollars and never give back anything. Well, she'll just get them online then. Thanks for nothing. We haven't spoken to each other since that day 20 years ago. Story number 3 gives us a choosing beggar who just won't pay his taxes. On the following episode of Choosing Beggars, boy, do I have a story for you. A family member tried to open a business in 2013, and to fund it, he withdrew 90% of his retirement fund. Since then, he refuses to work because he's afraid to file taxes and pay penalties or early withdrawal fees, and currently he is depressed. Fair enough, it's a lame excuse, but whatever. So I offered this family member what I thought was a fair deal. File taxes and I will cover the penalties due to early withdrawal. He was very excited and began to gather his receipts for his deductibles. As it became harder and harder to find receipts, this family member calls me and says, "This is hard and stressful. I just want to file with no deductibles and you can just pay the penalties." Excuse me? That wasn't the deal. The deal was add everything up from 2012 to the present day with deductibles and I will cover the penalties. What? That's unfair. Can't I just write no deductible? This is so hard. This is taking up my time. Then he starts yelling, "You can afford it! You do it!" That wasn't the deal. Just gather the receipts. Flip, I will help add the numbers and photocopy it. Just find the receipts. You want to save money? Come over to my place, find the receipts, and file for me. I don't have time for this. They are not even my flipping taxes. Are you nuts? I work 40 to 60 hours a week. I don't need a headache. The offer is off the table. Just forget it. You want me to starve to death? That's not fair. I only have $10,000 left in my retirement fund and have been withdrawing since the pandemic started. Please pay. This is John from Slash Bash. Thanks for watching. If you've enjoyed the video and want to see more of them, then please hit that subscribe button. We'd love for you to drop a like, share it with your friends, and we will see you in the next one.